Hello, everybody. Brenda Hillard here at Create with Brenda. I am so happy that you're joining me today. There's so many things going on. So let me just first of all put my logo up here. Whenever you see this, I am Create with Brenda, and my website is createwithbrenda.com. This month, every month, I use a monthly host code. Let me just bring this down for you so you can see it. I use a monthly host code. And this month, when you place a $50 product order, you will receive a package of the resin stars. Let me move this out. Sorry. There it goes. All right. You'll receive a package of the resin stars. This is from the Hey Sports Fans collection. Super fun. They're adhesive backed, and the colors include Bumblebee, Evening Evergreen, Night of Navy, and Happy Parade. So $50 product order, I send you a handmade card. Any order that you place with me, you will receive a handmade thank you card or handmade card from me as a thank you. And then if it's $50 or more, the resin stars. Also, if your order is over $150, please do not use my host code. You will get your own stamping rewards and you will receive my host gift. Okay. So I don't know why I have so many shadows today, except that it's very cloudy and it's very icky here in north central Minnesota. So that could explain a lot. Let's get started with our project. So today I'm going to be featuring the Artfully Composed suite of products. This paper is gorgeous, and you'll see in just a minute how easy it was to create these cards using this paper just because it coordinates so beautifully. But look at all the colors that it coordinates with. This is in the January through June mini catalog. So let me move this out of the way. And here is the Artfully Composed suite of products. So in the suite, you can see that you get the stamp set and the dies. You get the white frayed ribbon, which this did carry over to the new catalog. You also get the faux sea glass shapes. These carried over in the new catalog. It coordinates with the Layering Designs vellum. This carried over in the annual catalog. The only thing that did not carry over is this beautiful paper and the bundle. So if you're looking at this today and you're like, I love this, now is the time to order. Okay? All right. And again, that's out of the January through June mini catalog. All right. So let's get started. Here's our pieces. You're going to need, oh, and I should mention too, that this card, I was inspired to try this card using the sheet load of cards sketch from Crafty Al. I just love, call me Crafty Al. I just love her. So is what you're going to need first of all is a piece of solid card base. Now you can use white or I chose to use color, and I'll show you why. This is how I modified a little bit from what she had going on too. But so it measures 3 1/4 by 11. So you still get two card bases out of one 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. It's just that you have a strip to spare. So 3 1/4 by 11, and then you score it at 6 1/4 so that you have this piece here. This is a great layout for 6 by 6 paper, and remember you can cut your 12 by 12 into 6 by 6, which is what I did for these cards. I also cut a piece of basic white. that measures 3 by 4.5. I have designer series paper, and I chose this pattern with the soft succulent. I thought that looked really pretty. And then I had another piece of the designer series paper, and I chose to use this side. And that's going to go here. I have a piece of basic white that measures 1 by 3 and a piece of evening evergreen, but I really don't want evening evergreen. I forgot that I had changed my mind on that. So what I really wanted was a 1-inch strip that measures 1 by 3. So I'm just going to cut a 1 by 3, and I'm using the soft succulent paper. And I'll show you why. So at first I had picked the evening evergreen, but when I layered up my sentiment and put it over, the evening evergreen just didn't show up with this designer series paper. So that's when I decided I'm moving out to the soft succulent. And when I put that on here, it contrasts very nicely or coordinates nicely with the papers. Okay. This card is really pretty quick and easy, but I'm going to show you one thing I did that I thought was really fun, and stay tuned till the end because I have 4 additional samples to share with you using this layout. All right, so I'm going to take the happiest birthday wishes, and that comes from the stamp set. I love the fonts and the sentiments in this set. I'm just going to ink up my stamp, and I'm going to place that right here on my basic white strip that measured 1 by 3. So there's my sentiment. And, oh, that was close to getting that in my pad. Let's just close it up and then that won't happen. All right, so let's start assembling. I'm going to take my Stampin' Seal, and I'm just going to add that to my piece of designer series paper. This measured 3 inches by 4.5 inches. And I'm just going to put that or center that onto the front half of my, ew, that didn't go on very well. There we go. The front half of my mini Slimline card. Okay, so there we go. Then I'm going to I'm going to adhere this white piece that again measured 3 by 4.5, and I'm going to center that on the inside. Now, if you would have used a white card base, you can skip this step, but I like having a lighter white or very vanilla insert in my cards to write to stamp my inside greeting and to write my little note. So now I'm taking this 1.5 by 3, and I'm just going to butt that up to the edge of my basic white so it looks like that. And then this idea, and I didn't cut my piece, so now you're going to get to see it here, but I wanted to take a piece of this same designer series paper, and I'm just going to use a scrap strip, but I'm going to cut it at 3 inches long. And add some Stampin' Seal. And I'm just going to bring that in as a little insert to kind of carry through inside my card. Cute, right? Fold it over. Give this a good fold with my bone folder. Then I'm going to take my happiest wishes, and I'm just going to add a little bit of Stampin' Seal, not a lot. And I'm going to set this just kind of offset this so that this border and this border are even, okay? And then I'm just going to kind of eyeball. I only want my adhesive once I flip it over to go right here. So I'm going to add my adhesive. And the reason I'm doing that is this is going to overlap onto, so it hangs over. Isn't that cute? Yeah. All right. So this is where it got a little crazy. Let me show you my samples. I started out with, gosh, this has evolved into a lot of different things. So is what I did is this is my original card, okay? Just like this. Nothing over here. And I had just die cut a couple of these fronds, whatever. And you can see I added Wink of Stella to the top. The fronds are shiny. Added some of the little embellishments and stamped it as thank you. I really liked it. But then as I looked at it some more, see how this gets, I decided this little black and white gingham checked ribbon added a ton of visual interest. So there's that. Then it gets even crazier. So then I decided this print was really fun, and I love the bumblebee gingham ribbon. So can you see what I did? I took the negative space from, this will make sense now. So I cut out one of the leaves with bumblebee, and I cut out one of the leaves with black, and then I just simply took the negative spaces and added those into my cards and put these on our card. Isn't that fun? So then it didn't stop there with that leaf. Then I went to this where you fill in the fronds. You guys, and this is all the same paper from that Artfully Composed. It's beautiful. And you can make so many things and they all coordinate well. Then I went to this, see how I have the Calypso Coral. And then I took the die cuts of the Evening Evergreen and filled in the leaves and then gave those a little Wink of Stella so they're sparkly. So these are going to be my birthday cards for the month. I'm so excited about them. And then this is how I did it. So I cut this one out of Pool Party and I cut this one out of Evening Evergreen. Then I took the pieces from here and put them in there. So it turns out kind of like a puzzle. And this is where your take your pick tool comes in really handy. So is what I'm going to do is just flip this over, pick it up, and seriously, just like a puzzle. Try this. Yep. Goes in there. Isn't that cool? And I'm not going to do the whole thing. That's why I have this one ready, because it does, will not lie, it does take a little bit of time to get these all put into place. But as you can see, it's not like it's not hard. It's just a little time consuming is all. And what better to do on a dreary, rainy, snowy day, right? So, and honest, your take your pick tool is going to be your best friend in this little project. All right, I'm going to stop. And like I said, it's addicting, but I have this one ready to go. So is what I'm going to do is just simply flip it over just like that. You can see I lost one here. No big shake. And is what I did earlier is I glued it down, but I was thinking when I did my video, I was going to do this a little differently, and maybe it'll work and maybe it won't, but I was just going to try to dab on a little bit of Stampin' Seal, and then add that right in here to our card. Down. And then we just have a few little pieces to add back in. Nothing bad. And you'll see that it looks as though it doesn't show up very well on here, but it really does. But for these, I'm just going to take a little dot of my glue. And while I was doing this, you guys, I had another thought about how this could be incorporated in another card. And so I just may be doing that video today too before I lose my thoughts about the design. But so there's that piece. And then I'm just going to put this one into there. So it's all in there. Love it. And then this one, because I used Pool Party, I really wanted to bring up the brightness of the Pool Party. So I'm going to use the Pool Party, this, I think they call it sheer ribbon. Yep. 3/8 inch wide. And you guys, this carried over into the new catalog too. So that's exciting. All right. So just making a fun fluffy bow. You know, and if you wanted to use these for masculine cards, you could. Just don't add all the fluffy bows. So then I thought that would be kind of pretty right on there. And it doesn't show up very well with just kind of like straight on with my camera, but I'll pick it up and move it around so you can see just how pretty these really are. Put it in right here. Give it a little twist because I don't want it covering my sentiment. And there you have it. Little mini Slimline. Now you're probably wondering, well, that's great. You made this card, but we don't have any envelopes, right? Well, I went to the dollar store and I found these. They're number 6 3/4 white envelope. They measure 3 5/8 by 6 1/2, and they fit these cards perfectly. There it is, all ready to go. And you don't have to leave them plain because you know the rule here, right? So all I'm going to do is just add a strip of seal, and I can add a strip of DSP. And now I have a coordinating envelope besides. And don't forget, you can always stamp on these envelopes too. All right, let me bring these in. So I've got this one that we just did, this one. I love this leaf with the piecing. Then there's this one with the ribbon, and this one plain. All right, you guys, I hope you loved today's video. I hope you'll check back with me. I will be doing, I received my big brown box of pre-order goodies. I do want to have some samples ready to show you before I do the sneak peek of product from my big brown box. So that's what I'll be working on this afternoon. The other thing is please stay posted. If you haven't subscribed to my newsletter, go out to createwithbrenda.com, subscribe to my newsletter, and you will receive all the updates regarding my In Color Club and my paper share. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.